Bloomberg learning that China may allow banks to offer unsecured short-term loans, unsecured, to qualified developers for the first time. It is a major push to ease the property crisis that, of course, has been dragging down growth in the world's second largest economy. Let's get the details then with Bloomberg's Shanghai Bureau Chief, Charlie Zhu. Charlie, good morning, good afternoon for you. Thanks for joining us. What are the details around this? How significant are these proposed measures?
Yeah, a good question. As you noted, if implemented, that will represent one of the most forceful measure to help prop up the property industry. Chinese developers are struggling, got a big liquidity issue. Many of them have defaulted on loans. So previously, developers, when they borrow from banks, they have to provide collateral such as land and assets, right? But if this policy you mentioned is got implemented, it will definitely help their cash flow, improve their working capital, so that they can free up more resources for debt repayment. So it's good news for the for creditors and property companies and investors. So as encouraged by the news, you may have noticed today the property shares of and bonds of developers listing Hong Kong have surged. But whether this will last, the momentum will continue. We'll have to wait and see. The reality is, all the measures to boost the market in this year has failed to push up property prices, as reflected in the numbers in October. Prices fell the most in 8 years in October. So that shows Chinese households remains quite pessimistic about the outlook for the entire sector. They're not buying.
OK, Charlie, so we should characterise this then as something fairly substantial. It would represent, if approved, China's most forceful attempt to plug the hole in the funding needs for this industry. How does this tie into the other policy initiatives we've seen coming through from China?
Yeah, China's regulator in an easing mode. As you may have noticed, that there has been a series of measures, to stimulate property demand, helping developers. Just last night, Shenzhen, which is a southern Chinese city with 17 million population, just announced they're going to lower the down payment ratio for second home purchase to 40% from 80%. So the threshold has been halved. And just a couple of days ago, we're hearing from sources that China has drafted a so-called whitelist of 50 developers that will be eligible for a range of funding, from equity to debt to bank loans. Country Garden and some other indebted developers are on the list. So that's all good news for the sector. So why they are doing this? Because the industry is too important for the overall economy. It accounts for 20% of China's GDP, and unless there's the demand for property is revived, the economic growth target will be hard to achieve.